Welcome to Larp Academia, and today we are going to talk about the Archer class in Amtgard and what you get at level 4. Now, at level 4 you don't get specialty arrows or a verbal, you get instead a different arrow. I kind of lied when I said no specialty arrows, but this arrow you cannot choose multiple of. It is a suppression arrow. Now, a suppression arrow is engulfing, like the pinning arrow, so if it hits my cloth, just hits my garb, then it will still have an effect. The effect is that someone cannot activate any magic or abilities for 30 seconds. Now 30 seconds is actually a long time, especially if you're able to hit a caster and then they're not able to find someone else to release them for 30 seconds. They're basically useless. So even if a caster blocks or you just hit their arm, you're able to stop quite a bit. Now casters are your primary targets, but what casters should you actually target? Well, wizards are always a good bet. You see, wizards don't have shields, so they're trying to dodge and everything else, and even if they dodge, it is likely that their garb can be hit, and then they're suppressed for 30 seconds. And a wizard who only has a dagger and spells, well, when you take away his spells, it kind of sucks for him. Now, another person that you could suppress is a healer. Healers generally end up resurrecting their team or healing them or charging up incants, whatever else. If you shoot your suppression arrows, healers have this tendency to just automatically bring their shields up to block whatever's coming towards them. When that happens, their shield goes up, blocks the suppression arrow, and they can't cast for 30 seconds or until someone helps them. This is very annoying, stops their whole healing process and makes their team be on the back foot while you're able to push with your team and actually kill a whole bunch of people. Another person that you could probably suppress is a bard. Now, bards have certain songs and certain cheap things, but if you hit them with a suppression arrow and they are a melee bard on the front lines, then they aren't able to switch their spells. They aren't able to do anything else. And when you're on the front lines, it's hard to find a caster who should be back there in order to help you. Now, aside from just casters, you can also do this to other martial classes. If you see a barbarian charging at people and they have 2 weapons and they're opening their chests ready to die so they can use their horrible fight after death ability, you can hit them with a suppression arrow to make them not be able to activate it. If there's an assassin creeping up on your team that thinks that, oh, I'll just be tricky and then I'll go and hide behind people, you can hit them with a suppression arrow even if they try to dodge it so that they can't activate their abilities. Now, they're just target practice for you and for everyone else who wants to kill them. So as you can see, suppression arrow has many other uses. You may think, well, why didn't you mention druid? Well, druid has a whole bunch of other things that are going on. But as I stated right there, you don't want to use suppression arrow on everyone. While I said suppression arrow is great for casters, you might not want to use it on a druid. You might not want to use it on a healer who has a whole bunch of friends to back them up. You need to think of when it's best to use this suppression arrow because you only get one. You can only have one. And it is very valuable if used correctly. So how would you use suppression arrow? Would you suppress just anyone? Or who would you not suppress? What do you think is the best situation to suppress someone in? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like hearing about shooting people.